JGS just added 2 new variants and 4 new items to the game. So today I'll be blind reacting to the update with you guys. Now today's blind reaction isn't so blind because I kind of recorded this video for 5 and 10 minutes ish and I wasn't recording. So let's talk about our boy Restless Gambler, otherwise known as Hakari, who got 2 new variants. The first variant is for shutter doors, and it's not the typical variant that you would think. We already know that he has reserve wall shutter doors and regular shutter doors in general. And see how quickly those disappear? If you do that somewhere else, yeah, they stay for a really long time. And if you were to do that and go on top of it, it'll launch you in the air. And that's probably a bit confusing because you're like, what, Hakari has air combos now, or is that like for movement? I don't know. But it goes hand in hand with the second variant, which is for rough energy. We all know regular rough energy is a little punch, but if I were to be in the air and do it, you now do a slam attack. Another fun fact is that if you put the dummy on the shutter door, he will bounce. Another fun fact is that Rough Energy's aerial can now go directly into Fever Breaker. I saw a little combo somewhere, so let me try it. 1, 2, 3, uppercut, that, this, and bounce. But Hakari actually got a lot of changes this update. Those weren't the only ones. In fact, he got some nerfs. The first being that his base moveset now has longer cooldowns. And secondly, Shutter Doors now resets your M1s to the 3rd attack instead of the 1st. Okay, now we can go on to my boy Defense Attorney, otherwise known as Higuruma. Now, his changes were very small, and no, he is not free to play yet, but hopefully he'll be out in the next update, I think. But the first change has to do with his domain. The more accusations you get wrong while in deadly sentencing, it will actually drain the health of your domain in general, meaning that your domain can actually break if you were to get these wrong too many times, like it just did there. The next change is a little cute one, and it's the fact that you will now holster your tool if you equip an item. Okay, now let's talk about the general game improvements. Items got tweaked in the shop because they no longer cost 50 bucks, they're now 25, and they also heavily reduced the global cooldown for items in the shop. Now, before we talk about what those items are, let's get to the other stuff. It's now easier to store items in your shadow. Focus Strike's base finisher now does something special and will turn them into a transfigured human. Yes, this is one of the new items, but I'm not gonna see what it does. We're gonna throw it and run away. You can now swap items if you were to pick up another one. Let's see. And then rank got tweaked. The properties for overtime and change were tweaked. And also you can see that there's no timer on the top of our screen. That's because they removed those from duels. Why am I Mahito? I do not know how to play this character. Also, you now get some seconds of iframes after you spawn in a duel. You can tell by that little bubble that you get there. Okay, then my builders got some love because you can now quick switch into build mode by pressing M. On top of that, the menu was updated to be color coded, and apparently the multi-select was heavily improved. They also added a whole new block called a mover block, but I don't really know how it works, but I see that you can select the destination, and also moveset blocks have a display name option. Okay, now let's talk about the things you guys have all been waiting for, and it is the new items in the game. And I'm not gonna lie, they're fire, they're valid. So we know last week we got a gun, the ultra kill coin, jet black sword that does not want to equip for me, and soda. But this week, the first item we got is Hanoki's eye. It just looks like this, but this is actually the eye of one of Reggie Star's accomplices from the Cullen Games arc. He originally attacked Megami and threw his eye right next to him, which exploded. I don't remember what kind of bot curse technique he has, but it's some BS, bro. I don't know. Anyways, this should do exactly what it did in the manga and explode. Let's see. Whoa, wait, that's a good size explosion. Damn. Let's see on the dummy. Has decent damage too. That's solid. That's a good item. I don't mind that. Imagine you're just running away and you just throw one of those and keep going. Okay, the second item is the voice recorder. And if you're a JJK fan, you should know exactly where this is from. This is inspired by Toge Inumaki's voice recorder that was used on Sukuna during the final showdown. It was actually more of a bait and switch, but would actually work if you were to record something and play it out loud. His curse energy has to be transmitted through the device, and other users have to have curse energy as well. But it is something cool that he has done before and is special to our Toge Inumaki. Now this, I assume, is just gonna command everybody in a certain area. So let's get some attacking and blocking dummies. These guys are banging out. I throw this. Ooh, those guys don't move. Okay, wait. Oh, and it can be used multiple times? Oh no, it can't be used multiple times. I don't know how that works, but you could pick it up. Wow, it even disables blocking. Holy, bro, that's just like the anime. He even says something. I don't know what he's saying. It's either don't move or stop or something like that, but that's fire. Even the animation is fire. Let me get a shot of that. The next item is a transfigured human. Let's see what this does. I think it's gonna be a defensive move. Yep. Okay, so Mahito did exactly that in season 2 of JJK when he wanted to stop the boys from following him. He was on his way to go get Yuji Itadori and he wanted him all for himself. Let's turn this guy into a transfigured human right here. So imagine a man's chasing you in this crib and you just... Can you wall climb this? Yeah. And it actually cannot be broken. Oh, I leaked. Yeah, this can't break. Nope. But attacks will go through it. If you shoot a hollow purple, it'll just go straight through it, but it won't break the actual wall. And the last item I already showed, but it is Playful Cloud. Yes, we are one step closer to actually getting Toji in the game. We have one of his tools. Actually, to be fair, Maki and a lot of people use this, but it has this cool animation as you're running. And on top of that, it just looks fire, bro. Look at that. Does it disable block? No, it doesn't. And a fun fact about this weapon is that it actually scales based on how much health you have. The lower HP you have, the more damage you will do with it. Let's try it out. It doesn't hit people while they're on the ground. Oh my days. It's shredding through him. I think the characters who have used this are Maki, Todo, Toji, and I think that's it. I don't think anybody else has used this on screen. Oh my goodness. That's clean. That's way better than Jet Black, I'm not gonna lie. So what did you think of the update, man? I thought this was a very fun, playful update. I'm really enjoying it, and hopefully I can make some content out of the new items in game. But comment down below your bold prediction of when Higuruma is gonna be free to play. I for real this time think it's gonna be next update. I know I said that in the last 3 videos, but yeah, it's gonna come, I swear. But if you want to see me react to Z and all the old Jujutsu Shenanigans leaks, then click right here. Millz Mafia out. Yeah.
領域展開